Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. We're back.
It has
Two
been too long.
2 months later. I mean, we're keeping up more than I thought we would.
Yeah,
It's not bad. You just saw
bi-monthly.
me. Yeah, like every couple months, because I feel like if we did it like once a month, I don't know, not enough like new things would be happening.
Yeah,
We would
right.
run out of things to say.
We wouldn't, but sure.
We we never do. But
No. But last time, I'm pretty sure you had just gotten news. You got a new job, and I'm the worst friend in the whole wide world. And literally, the last time I've talked or texted to you was the last time we filmed. So I have absolutely no clue if you still have this job, if it's going good or not.
yeah.
Like, I have no idea. So I want to know all about it.
Well, the last time we filmed, did I bump into you at Ozark Biscuit after that or before that
Okay,
episode?
we ran into each other, but you
That was
still hadn't started the
it was
job.
my dog's birthday,
It was your
September
dog's
1st.
birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday,
Crazy.
Ollie. September 1st. So that would have been like over 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So before the podcast
Yeah, yeah.
episode. Dumb way
So
of trying.
literally, I have no idea if you still have your job, if you've been fired, if you quit, if you moved. Like, I have no idea.
Guys, I have not lost my job at VU after 2 months.
In Q applies or Q applies.
I only lost my job at Cooper's Ridge.
Oh no.
Every fucking episode. So, which
Intentional? You
I
got
think
fired.
I think subconsciously it was intentional.
You weren't
But
trying hard, so you got fired.
yeah. So what had happened? So
I
yeah,
love what just happened.
my TV dimmed
Oh,
because I touched it in a minute. Yeah. That was weird. So what had happened was I started at VU and then like 3 weeks in, I had not had a day off in 3 weeks because every Saturday and Sunday I was working.
jeez.
So I had not had a day off in like 3 weeks. So after those 3 weeks, I'm like, I either need to really like cut back on my availability with this wedding venue or just be done with it because I was so exhausted. And I was like, VU pays me well and I get 40 hours a week and like, they're great.
Finally, you get a job that does that.
I know. I know. And my email just opened randomly. Does yours ever do that?
It used to on my old laptop.
I hate it. I hate it. So I
Yeah.
have to put out my email. Anyway, so I work a wedding and like everything's normal, goes fine or whatever. I am my whole body hurts and I'm exhausted by the end of it because they would put me on the evening shift, which is 3 p.m. to whenever the wedding ends. So I'm usually getting out of there at like 1:30,
Yeah.
um, and then reporting to my 9 to 5 the next day. And it's just a thing. And so we do all of that. And my job as the event manager, I have like a checklist of things. One of I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. One of the most important things on the list is to make sure the fucking doors to the venue are locked. And fuck. I hope no future employers watch this and suddenly don't trust me. But I guess one of my bartenders locked the doors and didn't tell me that they did. So when I went to lock the doors for the night to close up, they I actually unlocked them and just left them like that. Didn't know. I should have obviously pushed on the doors. Um, yeah.
So then they
Um,
came in the next day and were mad at you.
oh, like, and me and my boss are on very good terms. That's the only reason why I'm being this honest about it. But yeah, she texted me Monday. She was like, "Hey, are you busy?" And I'm like, "I'm at work. I can walk away from my desk for a minute or call my direct line or whatever." Um, and so she called me and she's like, "I'm so sorry to do this over the phone." And like, she was very sweet about the whole thing, but she's like, "But I came in this morning and every door was unlocked from the wedding you worked last night." And I was like, "Awesome." So, and I was like already panicking internally anyway, because anytime your boss who you like really don't get to see or talk to that much texts you out of the blue, "Hey, like, do you have a minute here to talk here soon? Like, today, sometime today, like, we need to talk about something or whatever." That's nerve-wracking. So I was kind of already going into this with like negative, pessimistic mindset, like probably gonna get fired, and I walked out of it. And that's what it was. So I know
Like
it was
it was you were so burnt out. Like you would have
I was
you've been so
exhausted.
burnt out. So like it was just like an honest.
Yeah, it was. And I even kind of told her that. I'm like, this is not an excuse at all, but like this is kind of what's been going on. I should have like given you a heads up about that,
Yeah.
to maybe have somebody do a walkthrough with me before I leave to make sure everything's done. But yeah, I was exhausted. That was a great way to start my Monday.
Yeah.
But like on right after I got off the phone with her, I was like kind of relieved.
I was gonna say
I was
I
like, "Oh my God, I have my weekends back." Like
yeah,
it's crazy.
you're already putting in 40-hour work weeks and like yeah, you got fired from one job, but you still have a sounds like a great job, which I still want to ask you
Yeah.
about. Sounds like you have a great job. So it's like, yeah, it's great to get extra money, but I think that's gonna like you're not gonna be as burnt out and you'll be able to really like I don't think you had your full attention on Cooper's anymore because you were so
Right.
into VU now.
Right. Um, yeah, like thanks TV. Love when it does that. Um, yeah, like Cooper's VU pays me great. Cooper's was great, like extra money. That's like really the only thing I'm like really bummed about.
Right, but it's
It's
like, does
like
that outweigh you being so burnt out that you literally forgot to lock or you,
I'm like, I just gotta tighten down on my budget more and like
right?
I'll be fine. Now I have my weekends back. It's crazy. It's so weird. I'm still like kind of trying to get used to it,
Yeah.
but it makes me feel so much better whenever I go into work during the week because I'm not a zombie, essentially.
And you'll be able to focus more on VU.
Oh,
And
yeah. It's been so good. It's been a great time. So,
so you like it?
oh, I love it.
You like the people you
My
work with? Do you
coworkers
work
are
with a lot of
amazing.
people or is it very individual work?
I work with a lot of people. We're making calls all the time, and things like that. Um, so like I share a desk with this girl named Andy, and she has a service dog who sleeps under her desk.
That's beautiful.
Her name is Mona. She's so cute.
Love that.
She's a I can remember this. A Nova Scotia duck toller retriever.
Wow.
If you know what that looks like.
No, but
She
I'm just the breed sounds incredibly smart.
Oh my God, she's so cute. She's so cute. And she wears her pink service dog vest all day. And she's like not technically working whenever she's under Andy's desk. Andy needs her for stability because she gets dizzy spells. Hi.
This dog came out of the living room because it smelled my peanuts.
Nice. You go, man.
This is not going to be the next 20 minutes.
I'm just licking his chops. He's like, hello.
Sorry, that's me.
I love that.
Continue.
Yeah. I love Mona so much. So she's used for stability for Andy because she gets dizzy spells. So while she's under her desk and Andy's sitting, I get to just like crawl under our desks and lay down with Mona. I love her.
Crawl under your desk and lay down with the dog? Okay. That's great.
So it's like our desks make like this shape, if you know what I mean. Me doing my double chin behind it. So
Oh,
it like our desks go like this, and my desk is this one, and
okay.
Andy's is this one.
Okay.
So I'm here, she's here, like in our little pod. And so Mona, and it's all open under those desks
Good.
completely. So Mona lays in her corner over here, and I stretch across kind of that long part. And I just lay there with Mona between
Um,
calls. It's great. She's so cute. And this TV that keeps dimming itself because it's so smart. I won this at our Halloween party. I
whoa.
won a big prize. I've never been so lucky in my life.
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna get so spoiled there. Okay, I need
I,
insider information on VU. I feel like there's such a cult. Like there's, I feel like you can't tell me a lot of stuff going on. Like I feel like you've like sworn secrecy to some stuff. But tell me about the inside because it's so big. Like, does it look insane on the inside?
oh my god. Here, let me send you a video. I took videos of the like
Like I've
nice
only seen one
the
really
old State Farm
inside.
building is like boosh.
Yeah, I feel like,
It
but like
I
no one
don't
talks or shows pictures about it. So I'm like, I feel like it's like a secret.
really. I hope
Yeah.
I don't get for this. Surely not. Um I don't even get to work in this building. Josh works in that building, but I don't work in that building. I work there's a ton of different VU buildings in
Oh
town.
my gosh.
Like a
Yeah.
like a ton. Like there's
Really?
a big one on Forum by the movie theater and like the grind. They share the same lot.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I work in the one on Forum across the street from Clover's.
Clovers.
Clover's Natural Market. There's like the vet there. Yes. No.
No, I have no idea.
Just a little down the ways from down and to the left from Wilson's Fitness. God damn it.
Oh.
Like there's so many more in town. Like they all have to have different
Why? Because
phonetic,
the big one's not big enough?
not for all of us. The big
See,
ones, yeah.
Sam,
Theirs is bougie.
so you don't have a gym
It's
indoors?
no, we have other stuff. We don't have a gym. Like our break room is really nice. We had a bunch of free like snacks and food like constantly.
Wow.
They have like guys, they have ping pong tables, they have a gaming room,
Escalators.
they have escalators. Oh my god. And then down there, yeah, they have a wow, I zoomed in so well. They have that like basketball like game that they have in arcades. They have Mario Kart playing in there all the time with like these nice couches, and like their like dining hall is like huge. There's like really nice coffee machines everywhere. We have a couple in our building, but they have one in like every single hallway.
Is your goal to
Like,
one day like work there?
so it depends on like what job you have for what
Okay.
building you're in. So
Mm.
like I work in the I'm a customer service specialist, so I work in the one on Forum that I work in is called Alpha. They're all named after a letter in the phonetic alphabet. We're in Alpha. So that's the customer service center. So it's the customer service reps, specialists, people in Lighthouse, which help with people's credit, help improving their credit so they can
Wow.
get to a high enough credit score. Client advocate, which is basically the complaints department, servicing help, payments processing, and I think my VU, like technical support.
But is the big one like headquarters?
Big one is yes, yes. So that's where Brock and Brent Bukowski are the owners, and the CEO, Nate Long, which Brock Bukowski, I was the leader for his daughter in small group. So I already knew him going into this, which is really weird whenever I bump into him in the hallway. Anyway, and like all that's where your loan officers and loan specialists are. home buying concierge people, aka my brother, are in that building. It's it's crazy.
Um, Sam once said he like, I would not be surprised if Columbia one day just built a skyscraper and put all of the VU people there. He's like, they have enough
Totally
people
would
for a
too.
skyscraper. I'm like, not like a skyscraper, but like a really
No, but like a good
huge thing.
take a pretty big building to fit all of us. I mean, it's like the Christmas party, the holiday Christmas party has to be set up into three different events and we all go to one. Or like we each RSVP to only one. So we're splitting
Wow.
a third. Like it's like if you took all of the VU buildings in town and just stacked them, it would basically be a skyscraper.
See, it feels like something crazy's going on there. But they just treat their employees really good, I guess. That's why.
Yeah, I mean,
Why is it such a
and like for the first few weeks and even like the tiniest bit now, I'm still like somewhat like cautious. Like I'm almost like waiting on the other shoe to drop because I'm like, I'm waiting for somebody to say something bad about this place. They're too scared to tell me like the deep dark secrets
I
of
know.
like why they actually hate their job. Like they're just lying to me.
Right.
No, they're just genuinely nice and
Really?
love their jobs. And like I get it now. I love my job because they give us so much nice shit.
Yeah, but like, and that makes sense. But the job itself, like, is that kind of, is it hard? Is it boring? Is it actually fun? Is it like,
I can tell you the jobs that I certainly would not want. And
okay,
that's like jobs of like the loan officers and the loan specialists
for
because they
sure.
essentially work 24/7. Like they're on call for their borrowers pretty much all the time. And like they get yelled at the most and it's I would not want their jobs at
For
all.
sure.
But like my job, I'm literally just answering phone calls all day and somebody is calling in with like a complaint or anything like that or wanting to talk to their loan officers, loan specialists and basically just have me transfer
The
them
middleman.
to yeah, Jesus. I'm just the middleman. Like I clock in, get free food and they have a Coca-Cola freestyle machine, which is my dream. I love that thing.
It's a
So
what?
like a Coca-Cola freestyle.
Oh,
So like, a Coke machine where he literally has like any soda you would want.
which
It's amazing.
hot take on those? Love them, but the soda comes out terrible. Whatever
It
you
doesn't
get,
taste good.
it
It
doesn't
does-
taste as good. So like I used to love them, but now I'm like, you get a cherry Sprite and it tastes like all the other flavors combined.
yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
You
Like
get
I
just the
have to
normal
switch it
Sprite
up.
and it's not as good as McDonald's
Yeah.
Sprite.
So I try to switch it up because if I drink one for like 3 days in a row, I'm like, this just tastes like really bad Dr. Pepper. Like
Yeah.
there's something kind of
Okay, so you agree? Okay.
anyway, but they like free cereal, like tons of different kinds of cereal, and like there's more food than just cereal. I just was really excited about that my first day
That's what
because
I would love, yeah.
I love cereal. Oh my God,
Me
Trix,
too.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm living the life. Uh, and so and like a couple, like one of my really good friends, already worked in there, and I forgot because I haven't seen her in a million years. So we saw each other and we were like, yes. But like I have my own desk and like I don't know, it's really nice. So I literally just like get my food, clock in, and just answer people's calls all day with, a nice cheery voice and clock out at the end of it after 8 hours and go home and I get a great paycheck.
Could you see yourself doing this for a long time?
Um, Probably not this specific job. The nice thing at VU is it's easy to like move around. Like if you prove yourself to be like
Sure.
a really solid employee, you can basically kind of work in a bunch of different places. So like I think everybody like most of the like directors and like managers and stuff like that had a completely different job at VU before they got in their current role. Like so like Josh started in the customer service center in my job, but now he's a home buying concierge.
So what
So
would you
they
want to do?
um I would like to be a home buying concierge because they get the least amount of calls.
Yeah,
So
I
like
hate
they don't have to
calls.
talk to as many people.
And so I'm like, I would totally take up your job with all the perks and money, but I hate phone calls.
Yeah, I mean it.
Maybe
Yeah.
I get over
And
it.
you have to be really good at like sounding like really positive on the phone, like first thing in the morning. Like I really have to kind of like ramp myself up.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
I'm honestly pretty good on the phones. I would just not want talking on the phone to be my only job. Like I wish it was kind of like broken up a bit.
yeah.
So I think it being an HBC would honestly be really cool. But I don't know. Maybe like a trainer in the customer service center because they're not on the phones. They just help train the new recruits and like come up with different training classes and things like that. So
That's fun.
yeah. So it's pretty solid, not gonna lie. It's been good. So like they throw a bunch of parties and cater a bunch of food to us all the time and like it's
Would you
crazy.
recommend it to everybody? Like, would you recommend it to me, or do you know me well enough to be like, I don't think you'd like it?
VU itself, I would recommend to pretty much anybody. Like, unless I hate them. Like, I mean, like, they're just a really great place to work. I don't know. Like they give us I forgot about like the PTO. There's PTO. You get 120 hours of PTO. You get two floating holidays. So like the customer service center is open 24/7, but you just
Sure.
work your 8-hour shift in there. Um, and so they're open 24/7 and closed for like Thanksgiving, Christmas. But like Christmas Eve, we're open. So like you could use your floating holiday there if you want, or just use it for the Iron Bowl, like I did. Um, so you get two of those every year. Um, and then they give you small group time. Like if you sign up for a small group at VU, like there's a small group for pretty much everything. Um, Jesus. But like sports, TV, arts and crafts, like very specific things too. Um, and so they give you 8 hours of small group time per like quarter of the year.
What's your small group?
So I came in like 2 days after signups for the small groups closed. So I didn't get to be in one this semester, but that's fine. I needed to get kind of used to the job anyway. But they open it back up in January.
And
So
what
I'll
do you
get
want to
to
be in?
I don't know. My friend Sarah was in one this semester called Talks with Brock, where they're literally just hanging out with Brock, Bukowski. And it was just her, my brother, and my trainer, who I love, Isaac, and Brock Bukowski. And they're just literally like hanging out and fucking around because Brock is really cool. So maybe I'll be in that one.
Mm.
But like one of the things I do at work, have you ever heard of diamond painting? Or like gem art, maybe.
No.
So it's like I don't hear. Let me just look it up. I need like look up a video of it because it's like very specific, but I love it so much. Andy, who I sit next to, showed it to me, and I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, okay, I'm sending you a video on Insta because it's so good.
Okay.
And I just sit at my desk and do it like on boring calls or between calls or whatever. Because in the evenings, we don't really get any calls.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I've never done it,
I love it so much.
but I've seen I've always wanted to do it.
It's so fun. I have that one, that set that I sent you the video of, the house
Really?
plant.
I've
Yeah,
always wanted to do that.
it's so good. It's so fun.
Oh, lovely.
Because like some of my coworkers, like they'll bring in, like video games and like play one on like a laptop screen or um I don't know, they'll just bring in things to like pass the time. Like Caleb, do you remember Caleb Dunlap from high school?
Mm-hmm.
I work right next to him. He literally sits there and like paints like on canvases between calls.
Oh my goodness.
Like like full on. I can't do that because I'd be scared I'd make a mess and I want something easy to put away. So that's what I do.
Wow.
I know. I love him so much. So we just kind
What
of fuck around when we're not on the phone.
what a crazy thing. Like I've probably told this story a bunch of times, but where I used to work, it would be so slow and it was like at a gym. And so if no one was coming in, if there's no phone calls, I was doing homework. And
Mm-hmm.
my boss did not like that. And she was like, it looks really bad, but I can print you off a Sudoku and you can play Sudoku. I'm like, you would rather me play Sudoku than do my homework and look like I'm doing something smart? But it's like, it doesn't look good for us. And I'm like, so to be able to just like paint a canvas while at work,
Yeah.
it's like insane to me.
I'm sorry. Back up like 2 steps. Sudoku? Sudoku?
Sudoku. Did I say what did I say?
It's Sudoku.
Oh, I say Sudoku.
All right. Forward 2 more
I think
steps.
we've
I'm
had
not
this
gonna
argument.
focus on that.
I
I'm
know
not.
I'm wrong because everyone makes fun of me. I say Sudoku. That's how my grandma said it.
Oh,
Sudoku.
cute. Well, she's wrong.
But
Anyway,
she was like, I can print you out a Sudoku to play. And I'm like, okay, I'm
why does that look better than
doing my
like
homework. Well, because like it's not a textbook
an
anymore. Well,
educated girl?
some of our classes had textbooks, but I didn't get them. And even if they're
So
like
I bought them and
online,
then I didn't read them.
right. So I'm like doing my homework, which is on my laptop. So like I guess it looks bad. I'm just sitting behind a laptop. But I also like would have a paper and pencil out in front of
People
me, like
assume you're
doing
working on it anyway on the laptop, you know, instead of like people assume you're doing like work stuff on the laptop because they can't see what you're doing.
yeah.
I think a laptop arguably looks better than like a
Because
bunch of papers and you're like bent over and the computer's like over here.
I'm like, yeah, yeah.
I think that arguably looks I, I mean that would look better to me, but obviously I don't, give a shit
You're
because
doing
if
paintings while at work, so that sounds
well, yeah, exactly. Well, and that was one of the things that I was like really suspicious of in the beginning because I'm like every other job I've had, like the saying in food services, if you have time to lean, like aka like lean on a table or on a counter or something, you have time to clean.
that's good.
So, yeah, if you have time to lean and like not do anything, you have time to clean something. And like
Yeah.
some days really spotless and there's truly nothing to do. So, like I asked my team lead like in the evenings I work until 7 p.m. After like 5:30 we're not getting many calls. um like I mean I probably answer like 5 calls an hour at that time of night, so there's so much time between calls. And so I'm like, do you want me like to be doing anything like between these, in these big gaps? Like I feel bad just like hanging out and like even just like checking my phone super quick.
Yeah.
He's like, no, why would I assign you extra work when you just get lucky and have a break between calls? Cause like it happens during the day sometimes too. And they're like, no, like you you're doing your job. I mean, they're like, we don't need you to be focused on anything else. Just take a breath and relax a minute. I'm like,
Wow, yeah. Who else is doing that? Like that's crazy.
I know. It's wild. Like Josh's birthday was in October and I got him a new like cool Lego set and put it on his desk in his office after he left. And so in between his stuff at work, he'll just sit there and build Legos.
Wow. What a
Like
crazy thing.
I know. And you can just like set your status to away from desk or whatever for a few minutes and go get something to eat and bring it back to your desk or whatever. It's crazy. So, if you're good on phones, you can come work with me. If you're not, we can find you something
I'm like,
else.
I can get over it, but okay, I think these dogs want me to let them out. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm like, I could get over it. I'm just like,
I know. Like it takes a bit. Like I work with Caleb Dunlap. I was hired at the same time and was did all my training with Danny Carrender from high school. Daniel, do you remember him?
I don't think
Danny,
so.
Danny Carrender. I don't know. Some people
What's
knew
this?
him. Some. Um. So we just like hang out and we have a good time. Like Danny, I would not picture as somebody good on the phone at all, but
Yeah, no, I could like fake it. I just am like,
you need to fake it sometimes when you're being screamed at,
yeah,
on the phone.
I don't want to get scared, but you're gonna get that anywhere you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not anything like you did, like
Yeah.
you can never take it personally. It's
No,
never,
literally.
it's like yelling at the waiter for your steak being cooked incorrectly. It's like, what's the point?
Literally.
You didn't do it. They didn't make your food.
I think we've had this conversation, but like that's the if there's one biggest thing I've learned through my job with the Chiefs, it's like I'm the lowest. Wait, I haven't talked to you since the Beyonce concert. I have so much to tell you, and we only have 6 more minutes, so I might.
Episode 2,
We
part
always have
2,
an episode 2. It's always you talking in one, and I'll talk in the second one.
for
But
sure.
I have so much to tell you, but basically summed up, like I'm the lowest man, literally like the lowest man
Oh
working
yeah.
for the Chiefs. And I have so many people literally at the Beyonce concert complaining to me. And I'm like, look, I get it, but they
You're
just
basically talking to the janitor here.
yeah, I'm
Like,
like,
not
I'll
gonna be able to
try
do
to help
anything.
you, but I get it. But like you don't need to yell and cuss at me because I just
Yeah.
have a name badge on. I'm just like you, only I have a name badge. Like,
Well, my favorite thing is, see, that's what I like about being on the phones. So I can fake the confidence, but also I can hang up. So they're sitting there yelling at me, and they can yell at me as much as they want. But the second they start using screaming profanity and using belligerent language, ma'am or sir, if you keep speaking to me like that, I'm going to disconnect this call. And 90% of the time, they don't even hear me say that because they're screaming so much. So I just get to say, this call is being disconnected. Boop.
wow.
Like it, we have angry veterans once in a while because they don't get through their loan process in a day.
I can
Like it's a shock of people who call in. They also teach you everything about the loan process. I knew absolutely nothing going in.
yeah.
The training is great.
Okay.
It is, I promise. I promise. I didn't know anything going into it. But like, yeah, they'll call in to basically get through the loan process. They call in thinking they're gonna start this, they're gonna have the money
Right.
tomorrow and buy a house tomorrow, which
Right.
is how that works at all.
Yes. And
It
that
takes time to get you pre-qualified, then pre-approved, and then you get your pre-approval letter with like how much we're willing to lend to you.
right.
And then you can go look at houses and make an offer on a house. And then there's the appraisal, and then you get the house, and then guess what? You have to pay us back, But so many people are like, I'm going to look at a house tomorrow. I need this money today. And it's like, no, you're not getting anything today.
But not that you were ever someone to like yell or complain at people, but doesn't like as a citizen that make you like anytime you're not working and you're going somewhere, like yeah, a restaurant's the easiest one, but like anytime you go somewhere, you're like, okay, I have a complaint, or I'm like, I want this to happen right now. But now you kind of know, like, okay, there's process that goes into this.
Well, like I get so like pissed off at my dad because he's kind of he's a part of the older generation who's very like short with like servers
My
or
dad,
any customer service
and I know
worker.
he knows that.
Me and my mom get on to him all the time. Even today we got on to him because the server was like, what sauce do you want with that? He ordered fucking chicken tenders, by the way. This is you in 30 years. They're like, what sauce do you want with those? And my dad's like, well, what do you have? Classic boomer answer. Well, what do you have? And the waiter goes, ranch, honey mustard, and my dad just interrupts him and goes, no, I want honey mustard. It's like, well, why'd you ask him what all he had? You were just interrupting him.
Mine's just like the
Just let him
impatient.
finish. Like,
Yeah, mine's like
just
when there's impatient, like, where's our food? Or, I mean, not that my dad is like that, but I'm
right.
just like, where's the food? Or it's too cold. Like, he's not that extreme about it, but it's just
Like no beating in between the bushes, just go, go, go
it's
is
like
what they want. It's like,
we're all upset, but we like it's the chef's fault or it's nobody's fault. It's just busy. They don't have enough workers. Like there's so much more to it. They're not just trying to inconvenience you. It sucks, but like no one's ever trying to inconvenience you. It's just there's a process to everything.
no.
You're frozen. It's awkward. You're still
So
frozen.
bad saying that.
What?
Do you see it now?
I see now. You were frozen for a while.
What am I frozen?
What?
You were
Oh,
you were I hope I wasn't frozen like
no, it was fine, but I kept saying, you're frozen, you're frozen. I'm like,
Sorry.
okay.
I can't even remember what sentence you were trying to get through, but it
No.
was really funny. And on my end, I was just like,
Really? Oh no.
I was like, hello. But it's
I
fine.
was stuttering over my words, so that's probably when it happened.
Well, right. You were saying it's you like frozen. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, calm down. It's fine. But yeah, your point is correct. Like they're
Yeah.
never trying to make you have a shitty day or anything like that. Like everybody has something going on behind the scenes that
Yeah.
nobody else knows about. So
Yeah.
it's like, why don't you just look at it in a more positive light? Like, why don't you just assume the better rather than the absolute worst?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
we get on to my dad constantly for just like wanting to go as fast as possible. We're like, we're out for a lovely meal, and you're like being short with the waiter for no
I'm like,
reason.
we have
How
nowhere
you
else to go. You're just hungry.
My favorite is when he gets pissed at the service at McDonald's. Like they're like they took too long to like respond. Like whenever I said too long of a pause,